Hi everybody, it's Twillis, Kiwi Scrapper from New Zealand, and just here to share, to do a VR to promote Kay's challenge, first challenge, and that's Kazeekins1 over in England. And you've still got time to enter the challenge because it doesn't finish till the 30th of July. And so you do need to post the items to her, but they're only small items, they won't cost much to post, and they don't take an awful long time to make unless you're like me, and they do take a long time to make. Now, the first thing you had to do was alter a cork, and the second thing was you had to make a paper or what do you call that, paper or cardstock rosette, and I advise everyone to make it in the cardstock because I made it with the paper and it was disastrous. And just embellish however you wanted. She didn't put any stipulations on anything at all. An altered cork, make a rosette and embellish it. Okay, so here's my altered cork. It's out of a champagne bottle, and I dressed it up. I did this about a month ago, but I couldn't bring myself to tackle the rosette because I didn't have a cutting board or a scoring board, and I was worried about how I was going to do it, blah 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 blah. Plus the fact I was very busy doing a fabric album which has got to be posted up this week on a certain date because it's a commemorative album, and I was busy doing a swap which is actually with Kay, so I had to get that done as well. And plus I work. So I did the cork about 3 or 4 weeks ago. I dressed it up in stiff tulle in a lemony cream, and then I put a dress on top of it which is 2 tiers of gathered lace, and I put silver stickles around this one here, the scallops, and little pearls around that scallop there. Put flat back pearls around here, put a little bit of wadding here and some lace over top. Well, I did that first actually, so it makes a pin, like a pin cushion. And then I used this flower, beautiful crochet flower in a pale lemon with a yellow centre, and put a flat back pearl in there. Made 3 stick pins, and they are. Now I got this idea to make it into a pin cushion after watching a video put up by Michelle, I think it's Piperling, and she lives in America. Michelle does some beautiful stuff, so if you're not subscribed to her, pop on over and visit her channel, and yeah, she does some lovely stuff, and I'll put her name in the description box below. But she was altering a large cork, and it was a big, great big one like this, and she turned it into a pin cushion. So the surface area was about that big. It was out of like a pottery coffee jar or something like that, and it was about that thick. And I said to her, I'm going to steal that idea, and because I've got to alter a cork for a challenge. And she said, oh, that's fine. So yeah, this was what I turned up with, because I used a wine cork, so it is different. But anyway, so that's my, and you just sit that somewhere, wherever you want to sit it. Okay, my rosette. But my rosette has caused me numerous headaches and panic attacks. Really, truly. I finally found myself in the city. I found myself a small cutting board which thankfully had a little attachment which you can take off the cutting part and you can put it on and it becomes a scoreboard. Whew. So, and it had an extending thing, that ruler that came out, so you could do bigger pieces. Yeah, I found that, and it was less than $25. That was very good. It's actually quite a good one. I think it's what they call a cricket or a cry-cut, something like that. But anyway, I was really pleased. But anyway, having bought it like a week ago, I sat and stared at it on my days off and did anything, caught up with, just continued with my other crafting on my album and on Kay's swap things, rather than do this rosette. But I finally tackled it this morning, mainly because I have to, because I've got to post it. And I, did it, cut it on using a 12 by 12 piece of cream paper, which is what I wanted, paper that you do scrapbooking with, and painstakingly folded it all up, which took me like half an hour because it hadn't scored deeply enough, so that was pretty horrendous. And then to my horror, I'd watched a rosette tutorial. I got the middle of it and after joining it, very gently pushed it down, and to my horror, when it got flat, it ripped. And it tore a great big V shape out of it. And I was like, not the middle bit, that was alright. I quickly glued that in place, you know, to stick it all together, the middle bit, but to stop it from bouncing back again. But it tore this great big V shape, you know, like about an inch. And I couldn't put it together because it just wouldn't go together. And I used a 12 by 12 piece of paper, and like 2 inches wide. But anyway, I stared at it in horror, and I thought, you know, A, I haven't got any more cream paper left, which is what I wanted to use, and B, I haven't got the patience to sit there and do the whole jolly thing again. Unlike Little Snippets 1 over in Ireland, she did hers several times, I believe. Anyway, I knew what I wanted to do, except that I had now had a great big hole in it, a great big rip, a big V shape ripped out of it. So I thought, well, I've got to use this. I don't care what happens. I've got to use it somehow. So I actually, where the V is shut out here, is pulled out here, I gathered up a piece of cream, lemony cream lace, beautiful cream lace, pushed it all together to make a fan, and glued it in place to cover that whole missing V piece, which is torn out or ripped. And then I knew I wanted to put a cherub on. So I fussy cut the cherub out, and I put him in place in the middle of glued him down here in his tummy in the middle of the rosette, which is around about here. And then I started to do some more embellishments. Wild Orchid Craft roses here, 2 elongated pearls popped in. I put this string of small pink string pearls to look as if he's holding that, and it's leading down to those flowers. Put a streamer in here. Oh, I cut out a big piece of cardboard, like the size of a CD, to put the rosette on, and I covered this with a lovely foil paper in pink and gold. Sorry, just bashed the tripod. And on the back I put music sheet. These are both out of a 6x6 pad. And I put a lace trim around here, delicate lace trim. Then I put this string pearls, vintage string pearls around there. I made a stick pin which goes in with all the colours, and put a hanger. Now the hanger I put in the wrong place. When it hangs, it's going to hang like that. It's actually supposed to hang like that. But if I try and take this off, it's all going to rip up all the paper. Then I'll have to find another sheet of paper and put it on, and you know, blah 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 blah. I just wrote on the back for Kay's challenge. So if Kay wants to go to all that trouble, she can. It looks okay like that. It looks fine, I think. So there it is. There's my challenge entries. So people, you've still got time to enter this challenge. I mean, I'm posting this from New Zealand, and it'll still get there by the 30th, because it's a maximum of 10 days, and normally only about 7. So it's got quite good dimension in it, this actual thing, because, you know, because I fussy cut him and I only glued him here. He's got his feet flinging up there, and his wings are out here. I thought about putting gold glitter on the wings, but no, I thought it was just too messy. It'll all get in the lace, and I don't know. Anyway, Kay, I hope you like both of these, my stick pin altered cork and my rosette. And I'll say bye-bye now. Thanks for watching. And Kay, thanks so much for putting up a great challenge, even if it did give me panic attacks. See you later, everybody. Bye.